Ashraf Laidi is with us, Chief Global Strategist at City Index. Well, it kind of flies if you have a central bank leader who is prepared to do, quote, whatever it takes to save it.
You know, I was looking at these remarks on your channel, time in and time out, 1 minute in, 1 minute out, and I was trying to say, where are the days of the Greenspan days when people used to listen to the central bankers, had to reach to the dictionary, trying to find out what is he saying, had to consult with people to say what it says. Nowadays, we're getting central bankers saying, take my word for it, believe it, it will work. I mean, this means that in an age where the central banks are low on tools, very high on words, they have to resort to this basically verbal shock and awe, because they know that there will be a time where they'll be forced to do what they are expected to do. So in this case, yes, basically trying to get a license for the ESM, basically to borrow from the ECB, to buy bonds. That's one thing. The other thing that they know that these things may work. They know that the S&P or the purchases of bonds will work, maybe for 1 month, for 2 months, especially right now when they lend money at 0.75. So they know it will work as far as the liquidity, not as removing the solvency issues. But they know it works, but they don't have much else. So they want to save it for a very, very rainy day.
So just nail your colours to the mast on this one. Has he now opened the door to a significant policy shift from the ECB? Is this the beginning of an S&P purchasing programme or something else that makes a material difference to the outcome for the euro? It is.
Yes, he has. Just like in May 2010, when the German part of the ECB used to say we are not going to buy bonds, and then a few months later they did it. Now they are expected to act. Just to be on the Olympic spirit here, I was watching these people passing torch from one to another. We're looking at the central bankers having to pass the stimulus torch to each other. So the key is, will Ben Bernanke take the stimulus torch and to keep it light on and to keep it alight, and have to deliver in terms of having the market expect that the Fed will do some sort of QE3, to which we're going to get more indication at the end of August for Jackson Hole.
You're saying Draghi's done a complete about turn here when he previously said that the ECB was not going to be a lender of last resort. That's exactly what the ECB will become now.
Well, they will be there to the entities that could borrow after they will give them a license. He did not specifically say that they will be a lender of last resort. He just basically said that they will have to...
But that would constitute a radical shift in policy, wouldn't it?
Maybe they will play around with the ability to accept that the ESM will get the license, and then they'll say, well, as long as they have the license, then we will. But they're not going to be basically a lender of last resort is basically to lend to the nations, and that's what they're not going to do. But they're going to go around it.
It has to be something major to warrant this rally that we're seeing in equity markets around the world, as we wake up to find various commentators saying we've got Draghi's comments, and now we've got Asian markets up by 2.5%. That would require a pretty significant shift in policy to make that worthwhile.
Let's see if you said the rally around the world. Let's see if this thing called the rally lasts into the middle of next week. Let's see how this thing lasts. If Ben Bernanke will once again disappoint and come up short like he has come in the last appearances. If Ben Bernanke does not show anything, let's see how this rally really lasts in terms of the words of a week ago, which is in terms of yesterday.